From the moment he was born, his life was destined to be extraordinary. At 7, he was already a household name, a beloved child star. At 19, he debuted as an idol, taking the entire nation by storm. But plans never keep up with changes. No one expected that by 29, the world would wear down all his sharp edges. Now he could only work as a crew assistant on set. To protect the last bit of dignity he had, he always kept a mask on. Ironically, that was what caught the attention of the male lead of this drama, Jung Yoo, the current top star. Today was his last day of filming before wrapping up. Ha Ying sighed internally. Soon he would need to search for another job again. At the wrap-up banquet, he sat in a corner trying to be invisible, but Jung Yoo walked over to him. Awkward and restrained, Ha Ying still ended up chatting with him. He learned that Jung Yoo had no manager, so although Jung Yoo couldn't drink, he was good at making others drink, saying things like, "Thanks for your hard work these days," until Ha Ying was swaying left and right. And just like that, Jung Yoo successfully brought home the idol he had been searching for 10 years. At first, Jung Yoo could still hold himself back, but after enduring again, he couldn't anymore. The next morning, when Ha Ying woke up, he was devastated. Who am I? Where am I? What have I done? He regretted drinking so much. Right then, Jung Yoo appeared. Did you sleep well? Turns out this was Jung Yoo's home. After eating the breakfast Jung Yoo carefully prepared, Ha Ying finally felt alive again. But the question in his heart remained. Why? Am I in your house? As the top star of the industry, Jung Yoo had schedules during the day handled by assistants. But when the night was free, he apparently still wanted to manage someone. The moment Ha Ying remembered what happened the previous night, he was mortified. Then Jung Yoo spoke. By the way, you cried a lot when you were drunk. You said you're about to lose your job. How about coming to be my manager? Ha Ying didn't immediately agree. He went to ask his best friend. His friend scolded him. Are you stupid? This heavenly trap disguised as good fortune. Why are you hesitating? I'm afraid my past identity will be exposed. But after much convincing, Ha Ying finally agreed to become Jung Yoo's manager. Jung Yoo, upon receiving the news, was over the moon. The next day, at the film press conference, the top star shone as always, receiving endless attention. But as his manager, Ha Ying looked small, helpless, fragile. Can I really do this job? He recalled his past, also filled with busyness and chaos. Jung Yoo, noticing his unease, gave him silent reassurance. Afterward, they strolled in a park. Jung Yoo said, I'm happy. It's been a long time since someone went to work with me. But didn't you have 2 managers before me? Ha Ying asked. A shadow crossed Jung Yoo's face. They secretly filmed my private life. We ended things badly. Ha Ying immediately stood up fiercely. We mustn't bow to such evil forces. From now on, I'm your manager. Later that night, Ha Ying heard suspicious sounds from the next room. He peeked through the door crack and saw Jung Yoo quietly murmuring his name, while doing something with his hands under the covers. A top star, playing such a game at midnight, and being caught by his own manager. You say what you want. Why are you calling my name? Ha Ying ran away in panic. A top star liking men? This was a secret that absolutely couldn't get out, but stress kept him awake all night. The next day on set, he looked like a zombie, and the more nervous he was, the more awkward things became. Jung Yoo quickly spotted him hiding in a corner, his face red, his mind already at war with itself. Your face is so red. Are you running a fever? Jung Yoo leaned in, touching him. Ha Ying jumped up instantly and fled under the excuse of getting coffee. After that, he began avoiding Jung Yoo every chance he got. But a top star isn't so easily evaded. If someone can get you drunk once, they can absolutely get you have drunk again. Soon enough, the gentle, naive Ha Ying fell for the same trick. One drink, and his soul left his body. Jung Yoo, meanwhile, drank water and stayed perfectly fine. Then Jung Yoo spoke. Are you avoiding me because of what happened that morning? Ha Ying froze. How did you know? I saw your shadow at the door, Jung Yu said simply. I knew you were watching. That meant the name-calling had been intentional. The top star didn't hide his mischief anymore. He brought up the embarrassing event, cornered his own manager with words, and before Hai Ying knew it, the night spiraled out of his control. The next morning, remembering the battle of last night, Hai Ying wanted to die. Seeing the cheerful culprit lying next to him, he tried to flee before things got awkward. But Jung Yu woke up, beaming brightly. How can he act like nothing happened? Then Jung Yu dropped the pretense. Yeah, I've been planning this for a long time. And you enjoyed it too, didn't you? Hei Ying's face burned. Old cow eating young grass, he murmured. I'll be gentler next time then, Jung Yu replied. Next time? Before he could protest, his phone rang and they were dragged off to work. But that night, Jung Yu climbed into his bed again, using his warmth to remind him of everything from the night before. And so it began. The little manager was completely corrupted by the top star. After several sleepless nights, Hei Ying had dark circles. When he looked at Jung Yu fresh out of the shower, the phrase, a flower emerging from water, popped into his mind. You okay? Your face is red again. If you're tired, stay home and rest. No, I'm fine, just sleepy. He pinched his thigh to stay awake. The day was hectic. Filming, recording songs, even voice acting for animation. By the time they got to the car, Jung Yu fell asleep instantly. Hai Ying bought him a drink to help him wake up later. But when he tried to wake him, Jung Yu sleepily pulled him into his arms, mumbling, 5 more minutes. The posture was indecent. Hai Ying's face turned scarlet. Then, half asleep, Jung Yu gave him a squeeze. By the time Jung Yu woke up, he murmured, I think I just squeezed something soft. Hai Ying shoved him out of the car before he finished that sentence. But half an hour passed and Hai Ying still didn't return. Jung Yu asked for the restroom. At that moment, Hai Ying was doing the very same bad thing Jung Yu had done that morning. So engrossed that he didn't notice the pair of shoes appearing outside the stall. And just like that, the little manager was caught doing something indecent. Pinned against the bathroom wall, heart pounding out of his chest, he didn't dare breathe. Jung Yu called his phone, and when it rang, everything was exposed. Panicked, Hei Ying blurted out that he had stomach issues. They spoke through the stall door. Just when he thought he was safe. I think I heard noises, Jung Yu said gently. You sure you're okay? Hai Ying wanted to dig a hole and bury himself alive. After that, he kept making mistakes at work, too distracted to focus. At night, he lay awake, restless. With Jung Yu reading scripts too distracted to sleep, Hai Ying hugged the actor's pillow to calm himself down. But nature had needs. And the next day, opportunity came. Jung Yu got a sudden call and had to go out. Dinner would have to wait. Hei Ying didn't know what happened, but he knew this was his chance. Once he confirmed Jung Yu had driven off, he rushed back to the bedroom and let himself loose. But something was missing, so he grabbed the top star's freshly worn shirt. After one deep inhale, he reached release instantly. He was about to decide whether to throw the shirt away when the door opened. He turned around and locked eyes with Jung Yu. The very thing he feared most had happened. Jung Yu was comparing something, and Hai Ying hurried to cover up. Too late. Gee, the shirt in your hand, is that mine? Hai Ying nearly stopped breathing. Would Jung Yu call the police? Would the media expose him like they once did, branding him a depraved pervert? Trembling, Hai Ying felt sick with fear. Jung Yu rushed to him, guiding his breath, calming him down. Better? Can you breathe now? Hai Ying's face reddened again. How can I let myself get like this? But Jung Yu misunderstood, thinking he was physically unwell and insisted on taking him to a hospital. No hospital. It's not physical, Hei Ying stammered. Jung Yu pressed further, until Hei Ying panicked and accidentally pulled Jung Yu down with him, ending in a compromising position. What's poking me? Jung Yu smirked mischievously. He reached over, ignoring Hai Ying's weak protests. Clothes fell. The rest is history. 8,000 words omitted. Use your imagination.